The CEO never closes the door when he sleeps every night. This is because he wants to give his quick married wife, Jessica, the chance to sleepwalk in. Soon, Jessica realized he was doing it on purpose, but she still enjoyed it without getting tired of it. Even if she wasn't sleepwalking, she would pretend and sneak in anyway, because she had gotten used to falling asleep in the CEO's embrace. Jessica learned from the CEO's sleep talk that he had been deeply in love with her for a long time. So she gathered her courage and hugged the CEO, but she discovered a shocking secret. It turned out the person who had rushed into the fire to save her, regardless of the danger, was not Max, but the CEO. The reason was that when she woke up from her coma, the first person she saw was Max, and Max was the CEO's half-brother. The two looked extremely similar. Jessica mistakenly thought he was her savior, so she decided to give herself to him. But on the night before the wedding, Jessica happened to overhear Max talking to his first love on the phone. He claimed that he didn't love Jessica at all. The marriage was only for the sake of a family alliance. Furious, Jessica barged into the private room. Max showed no remorse when he saw her. Instead, he blamed her for interrupting his party. Unable to tolerate it any longer, Jessica threw a drink in Max's face, waking him up. She dragged him out of the private room, saying that since he cared so much about his first love, he should let his first love come and pick him up. But to her surprise, Max decisively refused. He plainly said it was too late, and he wasn't comfortable letting her come alone. After that, he got into a taxi alone. At that moment, a waiter handed Max's phone to Jessica. Jessica took the phone, intending to return it to Max, but just as she touched the car door, the vehicle started. She was knocked to the ground as the car drove off. At that moment, snow began to fall from the sky. Jessica, heartbroken and lost, started crying. Just then, a shadow appeared above her. The CEO, holding an umbrella, helped her up. He saw the wounds on Jessica's body. He picked her up and rushed her to the hospital. He even personally applied medicine to her wounds. Jessica was too scared to move, because in the past, the CEO had scared her on purpose with pranks. This had left her with lingering fears. But now, Jessica felt that he was not that kind of person. Half an hour later, the CEO drove Jessica back home. As soon as she got out of the car, she saw Max kissing his first love. Feeling heartbroken, Jessica went to the riverside. The CEO quietly followed her, but Jessica thought he had come to watch her misery. At this moment, Max called. He said the wedding was coming up soon, and told Jessica to stop causing trouble. Hearing this, Jessica became even angrier. She shouted that she wasn't going to marry him. Then, she decisively hung up the phone. She even posted a message, a photo of Max, kissing his first love on her social media, with a caption wishing them to have children soon. The CEO suggested that Jessica marry him instead. Confused, Jessica agreed without thinking too much. The next day, they successfully got their marriage certificate. The CEO was overjoyed. He quickly drove Jessica back to his house. It turned out that the CEO had secretly loved Jessica since childhood. At that time, Max had purposely abandoned the CEO in a remote wilderness. It was Jessica who found him in the middle of the night. Now, the CEO looked around the house Jessica had rented. He found out that it was rented by Max. He suggested that Jessica move into his house. Meanwhile, Max's father gave him an order. He told Max that he must win Jessica back. This was because Jessica's family not only had money, but also power. Max confidently believed that even if he ignored Jessica, she would come back to him in a couple of days. But the next moment, Max received a call from his assistant. It turned out that Jessica had already canceled the rental on the house. Upon hearing this news, he rushed to find Jessica in a panic. When Jessica opened the door and saw it was Max, she immediately tried to close the door, but Max blocked it with force. Max entered and saw his photo torn to pieces. He warned Jessica not to make a scene. However, Jessica completely ignored him. She grabbed her suitcase and was about to leave. Max blocked her once again. Jessica clearly stated that she was already married and told Max to get lost. But Max, hearing this, clearly didn't believe her. He thought it was just another trick Jessica was using to keep him. Helpless, Jessica had no choice but to call the CEO on the spot. She affectionately called him hubby and asked him to come pick her up and take her home. But Max still believed that Jessica was just putting on an act. He kicked Jessica's luggage aside, and tried to force her to go back with him. Just then, an angry shout came from outside the door. The CEO forcefully pushed the door open and entered. When Max saw who it was, he was immediately stunned and froze in place.